Folks, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here, or the Salt Dragon, and we are going to continue our campaign here in Legendary Cathay with Miao Ying. We are rolling now. We are getting some serious work done. The Puppets of Misrule are on the way down, which is where I like them. And honestly, if we take them out, if we take out Kolek's faction, which I have no idea how strong they are, they could be pretty strong, then basically that's mostly all we have to do to achieve victory. We'd have to fight back Archaon at this point, but you can see we're about to knock out the Dissenter Lords. The Puppets are on the back foot. These guys are a little out in front of us, and then essentially we need to get 14 more settlements either occupied, razed, sacked, or looted, or razed or sacked. I don't think looted was an option, actually. But in any case, we're working on it. We're close. I think we are just about ready to end a turn here. We have another unassigned skill point. Let's do the earthing and then reserves. So our lords are growing in strength. Arcane Conduit there, which is very nice. And this army is busy recruiting. We need to go to our provinces. We've got a little bit of money to spend. I went spending on income, and I'm going to do the same again. Just anywhere I can find an income-focused building. I'm going to go ahead and build that up a tier, and then I'm going to start focusing on some other upgrades. I figured it might be good for me to drive my income as high as I can first, because we do have a ton of buildings to get through, and we're finally making enough money to push through some of them. Let's see. That one's growth. Growth. Alright. I think what we should do now is maybe come back looking for... Yeah, that would be a good one to build right there. And then maybe like a settlement upgrade or two, like Tower of Vashon. Let's go do that one. Alright, now let's save our cash from here on out. We got a commandment available to us. The Haunted Forest. And let's end our turn. Man, I've been having some fun with this one. Usually I kind of get a little bit annoyed and bored late into a campaign. This one has actually been pretty fun the whole time. We've had a steady attack of enemies. Sorry if you'll hear the dog in the background, he just gets excited sometimes. But yeah, we've had a steady attack of enemies. We've had a war on multiple fronts. We've had a lot of big battles. We've had to win some clutch ones. We've lost some battles. We've had a lot of interesting stuff. We haven't really had our progress slowed too much in terms of someone really keeping me from growing. Looks like we're going to be attacked by a couple of large multiple large vampire armies. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 vampire armies that are going to attack us here. I wish I could make it, like, I don't get the control large army thing here, which is unfortunate because it means that they would get 40 to my 20. So I am going to fall back on this one. This is our army that was further forward towards Scrap Tower. They're going to attack me again. I'm hoping it cut off at least one of the reinforcements. It did not, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we couldn't see a single one of their armies, but somehow they had 4 armies within range of my one. So again, a very convenient fact pattern here for the vampires. Very convenient indeed. If by convenient, I mean clearly rigged and strange, but whatever. I shouldn't have moved that army forward, so lesson learned. Let's fight this battle. We're probably going to lose just by sheer weight of numbers, even if we do tremendously well for the most part. Alright, we're going to do some good old-fashioned corner camping on this one.
Dragons are watching us.
I think it will help us.
We shall demonstrate our reverence.
Sent by dragons.
In case they do some summon back here, I'll keep a couple of units of Lancers there. I have to set up an infantry line defense where we cannot be outflanked, which we have right here. Our crossbows are going to be the next line of defense. Right there. Alright, everybody's on the move except for these 2 cavalry units. What do I wish to do with those 2 cavalry units? It won't really do me any good to take them outside of my formation. We might as well just Drop them in here.
Repositioning!
There we go. I mean, typically it'd be good to do rear charges, but you can't break vampires that way. The good news here is if we can blunt their initial assault, they're going to start coming piecemeal from all the way across the battlefield as they get additional reinforcements. They attacked me, so they have to come and finish me off. I've got all my units on a defensive stance here. We can start shooting cavalry units as they get funneled into this area, so my cannons are going to be for focus on cavalry units. My crossbows and crane gunners are going to be focused on.
Guided by ancestors.
Push the. Actually, I can't really push that out much. I'm gonna give myself just a little bit of extra room here. Yeah, like that. I actually tell all my halberds to stay in a defensive stance as well. In fact, I want all of my units to play defensively. I could use my lord to potentially slow down any enemy units moving in.
Of course.
They are trying to get all the reinforcements together, so they're waiting. But, you know, I win if the time runs out. I didn't attack them. I'm going to fast forward, wait on them to come to me, so our focus will... I mean, we'll focus on Terrorgeist, Mortis engines, stuff like that with crane gunners. We're going to go after crypt horrors and stuff with the crossbows, maybe corpse carts. Cannons are going to go for cavalry or other key targets. We'll snipe their lords when they get close. They've got 4 leaders on the battlefield right now. We will want to prioritize those as it becomes available to me to do so. I have to wait a long time for them to cross the battlefield here. Could we win? Maybe. It depends on how effectively we wipe out this initial wave. And if we do wipe out the initial wave, that'll take all of their leaders out pretty much immediately. And then, like I said, the rest of their forces will be coming in piecemeal from all the way across the map, which would allow me to hopefully get rid of them a little better. So it just depends. I don't know exactly what we're going to be up against. That Terrorgeist, though, is coming way out of its element, and I do have a spell that slows it significantly. I'm not going to waste cannon rounds on it. I will shoot it with my other units, though.
This way. Never conquered.
Change my positioning just ever so slightly here.
Repositioning!
There we go. Yeah, come on, Terrorgeist. Hopefully he'll do a breath attack, too. That'd be great. Yeah, we've almost got the Terrorgeist in range. Come on, come get some.
Repositioning.
He might be faster than me, too, so we need to be careful.
At once.
It's funny, he came up in front of his army, but the Terrorgeist is still, like, being very cautious here. I want to get him fully inside my range before I waste any magic doing a slow spell. We'll do the same thing against cavalry, potentially. It's got a pretty good range, a 200-meter range. Come on, you stupid Terrorgeist, come on.
There.
Definitely don't want this thing charging my lord early on. Power bars, definitely something we have to be aware of. I don't know what is going on with the AI's control of this Terrorgeist. It's one of the strangest things I've seen, to be fair. Just try and draw it into range. There it comes, ever so slowly moving into range. A lot of cavalry moving in from this flank. I don't actually love that, because my cannons won't get a good shot at him from over here. I say a lot of cavalry. There's a single Blood Knight. Alright, that Terrorgeist is going to get utterly wasted. So that I'm thrilled about. If I don't get a cavalry unit in a good position, I might just use my cannons to start picking apart crypt horrors. We're going to have to just do all the damage we can do. The unfortunate part about killing this Terrorgeist outright is it means that they're going to go ahead and get a reinforcing unit to come onto the field, but whatever. I mean, killing this guy before the battle starts, keeping him out of my skirmishers, worth it. Totally worth it. Let's go get the attention of this cavalry. If I can pull them into cannon range, that would be brilliant. This forest is going to block some shots unless I can pull them over in this vicinity. So let's use our lord. See if we can get some attention. They have a White King over here? They do. Okay, yep, we got the attention of that Blood Knight.
So be it.
I'm gonna start chewing that Blood Knight up.
Master of the winds, leading the way.
I'll lead it this way a bit.
Cannons.
Cannons can open
Celestial
fire.
fury.
We got a mortis engine inbound too. We'll snipe it. Once the time comes, I'm gonna go ahead and slow this
Dragons, hear my
down.
prayer.
Cannons, give it to him. Beautiful.
Descendant of dragons.
Absolutely beautiful. Alright, now we're gonna feed it to that White King as well.
We summon the wind.
Without fail, my chosen place.
Alright, so it's gonna be a unit of Blood Knights clean killed.
At once. There.
There we go. Crossbows are wasting a little bit of ammunition here, which is mighty unfortunate. It gave that White King a huge hit on my lord. 2 huge hits, 25% of my health, and only 2 shots.
Harmony of the wind.
That is, and then he got more right there. That is a fat load of BS, if I've ever seen it.
Ready to rule.
Let's take our cannons. I don't see an appropriate cavalry target at the moment, but there we go. We got a couple
Order.
Couple
and
of kills.
harmony.
That sucks that we took that damage. That's bull crap.
Secrets of
The amount of damage that they got done right there. That is utter bull crap.
Born of dragons.
Be careful with ammo. These guys are reforming. Man, I wish I had fire rain rockets. If I had fire rain rockets, this probably wouldn't be a thing. But we've already killed a White King, a Terrorgeist, and a Blood Knight. Pretty much free of charge. Let's go see if we can find any more willing participants, though. I'd rather not get my lord caught. There's another White King there. He's on foot, though. They're gonna go back and try and pick up their reinforcements, so there's gonna be a little bit of an irritating wait, so I'm gonna go ahead and just fast forward. This battle's gonna be long, because the AI really hates being deprived of having all of its reinforcements in a nice, clean line. We've got a Grave Guard incoming. Not really worried about them, so I can't waste too much crane gun ammo, though.
Shogun gun sorcerer.
But it's not going to take... Yeah, I can't waste it. We've got to hang on to it. I'll let my crossbows finish that job. Still, though, that's a Graveguard great weapon. Mostly nuked. My crossbows will finish them off rather easily,
Master of the winds.
because they don't have shields. Alright. Want some appropriate targets for my cannons. Like Cryptors, that would be good. Okay, there goes another unit, so we've picked off a Graveguard with great weapon. That's going to force another vampire unit onto the battlefield. So we are slowly eating our way through some of the reinforcements. The AI is just going to continually reform here. It wants everything in a nice, pretty line. So I'm going to just go and keep seeing if we can lure out
So
units
be
to an
it.
early destruction. Come on, see the juicy Cathay Lord here? Don't you want to come after this? I do see a cavalry unit moving to my flank. Let's go get their attention.
Without fail.
My cannons probably don't have a very good shot at them up there like that, but
Seeking
I'll
opportunity.
go see if I can lure them across the formation back into my waiting cannons. If they have Spirit Leech, this could get pretty risky for me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Have at me. Yeah, there you go. Greedy jerks, come and get some. Come on.
I shall.
Come on.
Repositioning.
Let's watch our targets here.
Of course.
That Mortis engine is absolutely going to be target priority 1. Their leaders are also a very important target priority. Yeah, there they go. Alright, the Blood Knights are taking the bait, so I'm going to go ahead and open the cannons up on them.
They will perish.
And I'm going to go ahead and slow them down for a
Eight
bit.
wins to me.
And
My
then
chosen place.
time to take out the mortis engine. Oh man, look at the damage. That single cannon volley from both units. Just shredding.
Ready to rule. Without fail. There.
Okay, the mortis engine's gonna drop well before it enters range. The cannons have forced them to waste magic there too, so that's pretty brilliant.
I will
Mortis
go.
engine down. Knights down. So Graveguard with Great Weapon coming. We'll have to keep an eye on that unit with their crossbows.
I shall.
Blood Knight going down and a hail of fire here.
Seeking opportunity.
Blood Knight is very dangerous to our Lord.
Stone and
Let's
steel.
pick up
For the moon
Horde
dragon.
here and let's get some cannon targets situated.
Attack
I'm gonna
the
kind of hose
unison.
that flank with my cannons.
Shogun gun
And
sorcerer.
then let's get our crossbows lined up on this Graveguard Great Weapon. Slow it down, in fact.
Celestial light.
Got some good sniping going on. Our cannons should be ripping some shots down those ores. Let's go do a little charge here, slow down the enemy advance. Okay, fall back, in behind the line, Okay, let's pick a new target. Let's shred some crypt horrors. Well, it has taken a lot of ammunition to get their leader. It's not ideal for me.
On gilded foot.
Bringing down a lot of horrors over here. We've got some units over here that concern me. That's a lot of wraiths on that flank.
Attack in unison!
Crossbowman.
Let's see if we can get after some more of their leaders. My crane guns are struggling to bring down that leader. He just has a tiny bit of health left. Let's
Never conquered.
actually use my crossbows to get him. And let's switch our crane guns over to this target. Push back against the horrors a little bit right there. Oh, we're getting some good damage done there. We got a corpse cart character coming up soon. This flank is suffering at the hands of all these wraiths. Suffering terribly, in fact. We cannot seem to get their leader down over here. I've got my crossbows focused on him. We did take down a different leader. Let's pop this guy. What happened to my other cavalry unit over there? Did it rout? It routed when it turned around. Yeah, this is bad. This flank over here is in some pretty serious trouble. Okay, we got another leader. I'm gonna try and get that one real quick. We got Hex Wraiths inbound. I'm gonna target the Hex Wraiths. I'm going for leadership targets first. Hex Wraiths, got a good chunk out of them.
Grand cannon.
Oh, we just lost a unit over on the flank over here. That's bad. Okay, let's get that corpse cart. We've taken care of the vampire leadership. We are struggling.
I shape the
This
wind.
unit came back from routing just in the nick of time over here. I've targeted the wraiths with the cannons. I don't know if I'll be able to get a ton of hits, but willing to take a chance. We got a Terrorgeist inbound, and I don't have my spell available. I just wasted it.
Fire in the blood.
We've got to take this Terrorgeist out of play, and we've got to do it fast. Stop to do a breath attack. That might be just enough for me to... We're losing our units over here to terror routes.
Retreat! Withdraw!
I'm pouring fire into that flank, but we can't hold this flank.
Fight as one!
It's about to collapse.
Defenders of Carthage!
We got the Terrorgeist.
Fight as one!
For Cathay.
We've taken out the vampire leadership. We just
Let battle commence.
can't get a crumble started, unfortunately.
My dragon! Warrior crossbow!
Alright, we got another
Order and balance.
unit there. Let's go ahead and start shooting these crypt horrors on their approach. Slow these units down. I've just got to throw some cavalry at them. I'm desperately trying here to somehow turn this battle. I've taken out a ton of key units. Zombies, skeletons. I mean, I'm going to start firing on these Cairn Wraiths, maybe? Got these crane gunners that need to kind of back up here a little, too.
Marching as one.
My crossbows are out of ammunition here, so I'm actually just going to throw them over into this fight.
My own brothers and sisters bleed.
They will perish.
I feel like we're doing everything right and still losing, which is frustrating.
Shen Yang's faithful for the Moon Dragon.
We're just getting overrun by numbers. I can't really challenge that
For the celestial emperor.
character with mine here. I don't have the right spells, unfortunately, and it's costing me.
Crane gunners.
Yeah, we're getting overrun by numbers. It's just sheer numbers here, and they've got reinforcements just coming and coming. So we can't beat the numbers. We did a marvelous job, honestly. Like I feel like we did a pretty stupendous job for the most part. We just can't hold the numbers, and I can't get a crumble going despite having effectively killed all their leadership. There's just too many of them to force a crumble.
Jade crossbows.
Stone and steel.
Yeah, there's just too many
Guided by
enemies for me to get a crumble going.
Lords in harmony.
Trying, I'm pummeling the enemy with everything I got right up the middle here.
Retreat. Withdraw. For the Moon
Some more
Dragon.
blood knights headed our way.
Born of dragons.
Try and slow these units down as best I can. I don't have any damage spells either. If I had some damage spells.
Repositioning.
Dang, here goes my cannons.
I become death.
Defenders of Cathay.
I mean, again, we did absolutely spectacular work.
We summon
I don't really feel like the AI deserves a victory here, but they're gonna get a victory. They got another Mortis engine incoming. Yeah, it's just the sheer numbers. We just can't beat the numbers.
of the elements.
Epic try.
Gunners.
It was an epic try.
We obey.
Not enough ammunition. Can't hold the line long enough.
Retreat. Withdraw.
But like I said, we tried what I wanted to. I attempted to execute the plan. It just wouldn't let me. Well, that's unfortunate. We lost an army here. I mean, we made the vampires pay a dear price for it. They lost a lot of units, but we know how losing units is for them. They'll lose the units, and that's irritating. They lost all 4 of their leaders outright. They lost a White King. This was the only leadership unit they had left, and I just couldn't get to him to kill him. They lost a Necromancer as well. They lost a Mortis engine. So, I mean, they lost basically every leadership unit they had, and we still couldn't crumble them, unfortunately. So that was probably just a mere fact of the AI getting all those leadership bonuses, and we just can't do much about it. There's Wing Chang, so we're gonna get a couple of setbacks here. It's okay though. It keeps things interesting. Keeps us on our toes. We now have an army trapped at the Haunted Forest, which is really not ideal. And it looks like we're being counterattacked here. It's going to give us medium casualties because it's going to take away some of these units. It better not hurt my other units much because there's no reason for it to. Okay, it didn't.
They may live.
Got rid of them. Okay, let's see what we got. Our income's way up because we lost an army, and then one of the characters we lost was a Yin character, so that threw our balance out. Savage Blow. So we got a lot to do here. We've got a lot to do. Let's take this army,
Shogungan Lord.
start swinging in this direction.
The Iron Dragon.
Take the Iron Dragon, and let's move this way, and hopefully we can catch Village. He's gonna be hiding somewhere over here.
Shadow.
He just hit Wing Chang, so he probably fell back into the Fog of War right over there. somewhere.
Dragon-blooded.
This army will be ready in 2 turns, and we can send it against the vampires. We've got issues on the vampire front. This army can't run away now. It's going to be trapped against an absolute horde of vampires. So that's going to be a little bit daunting, because this army is actually not great for taking on the vampires. I mean, we do have a lot of grand cannons, but we're in a really bad position here.
Such a thing is impossible.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a bad position for us. We're not going to get a whole lot of garrison help here either, because it hasn't had a chance to replenish. They're going to come siege me and hold me in here, unfortunately. This army will be on the way soon, so we got ahead of ourselves there. We can use Hanyu Port to recruit a new army. That makes sense, because we'll be done with this one in 2 turns, and this army will be pretty well suited to fighting back vampires. It won't be amazing, but it'll be good. The cannons were actually really useful. And since we're going to be here for 2 turns, I might as well kind of do a little bit of right-sizing here on this army. I think we should put in another unit of crane gunners. Maybe... I'm thinking 2 units of crane gunners, actually. Because the crane gunners are really good at pulling down the vampire leadership. I have the Terracotta Sentinels and the infantry to hold the line. And then we just need the other units to kind of do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Let's put a couple units of crane gunners there. And then the fire rain rockets would see, in this case, the fire rain rockets would go after the infantry quite well and really whittle down those vampire numbers. They would be very vulnerable to the fire rain rockets.
Shugengan Lord reporting.
How did... Oh, Bloodwind Keep. We were on approach to Bloodwind Keep.
The Emperor commands.
Village could come up with a large army from the Fortress of Eyes, so we'll want to get there as quick as we can. Bloodwind Keep is going to be pretty well defended. Unfortunately, we're going to take attrition out here, having to siege, which is irritating. But it is what it is. We're going to have to siege them for at least a turn or 2 until we get some... towers to attack them with. So yeah, again, not the ideal situation. We do need to raise a new army here, so I'm going to recruit a lord. We're going to need a Yen character. And I like the Dragon-Blooded Shugengan lords much better, and we're going to go with Lore of Yen. We've got a tier 6 here. It's got Harmonizer. It's going to throw +3 in, so it'll nearly put us back in balance. I thought I had done some things to get us back in balance, though I could be wrong. Losing that settlement may be what knocked me out of balance again. Let's go with Inspiring Presence. Sure aim. Building.
It befits my high station.
And we're gonna start
Honor your ancestors.
getting ready to build here as well. I wish the local recruitment wasn't so crappy. I can't remember if there's research or anything that helps with that. It may be. Let's go check that actually real quick. Oh, it looks like the local recruitment just sucks. Yeah, that stinks. So local recruitment's just crap. That's all there is to it.
I expect loyalty, efficiency, and harmony.
We're gonna need some tough units here. Those Jade Warrior Halberds did really well. And bang for the buck. I mean, they're gonna be great. Obviously, the dragon version are better. But we're gonna have to wait till this army gets done with those crane gunners, then we'll start the recruiting process. Though I could go ahead and start laying it out here. The Righteous Lances are here. That could be a useful unit. Let's go ahead and recruit that in. We have to be either garrisoned or in an encamped stance to do the allied recruitment. I don't even know how much allied recruitment is available, to be honest. I like the halberds. I do think they were pretty solid. Like I said, the dragon ones would be better, but I'm going to make this army a bit stronger. I'm going to get the halberds, but I'm going to make sure that we have even better crossbows. And then we had too many lancers in that army, and the lancers just didn't do us very much good in that battle. Like, they were taking up slots but not delivering a lot of value. So I think the lancers were one of our issues there. Finished that one. So we are just kind of out of balance a slight bit here. Get growth here. Have control there. We're at 1 yang. We can't get control from a yin. Well, we can get control from the yin, and it actually helps with the replenishment here, so let's do that to throw us back into balance. Wing Chang is probably the other reason why we're out of balance at the moment. Otherwise, I think we're probably looking pretty good. We said I had a Garrison Lord. We didn't move, but that's okay. There's some that shouldn't be. Yeah, this one can't go anywhere, so we're in it for better or for worse there. We're waiting on replenishment here. And we've got some unassigned skill points. Not having magic damage capability really cost us in that last one. And then the Lancers cost us. So it was either both of those or one of those or the other, you know what I mean? Like, having one of the two probably would have been enough to carry us. Because I think we were close to getting a crumble out of the vampires. It just wasn't quite enough. Had we been able to deal some massive damage to a bunch of that infantry, we probably would have gotten the crumble we were looking for, because we had certainly decapitated their leadership. But at this point, that doesn't matter, you know, because the very next turn, they're going to put a new lord in every one of those armies. Now, the good thing is that all those lords feasibly would be pretty low rank, and shouldn't be coming with any mounts or a lot of abilities or anything, unless they have research or something that's giving them higher recruit rank as a faction, which is possible. Just kind of depends on the faction and what their tech trees and skills and all that kind of stuff amount to. Alright, we're balanced again, which is good news. I still don't see Village. Let's move over here and see if we can spot Village. Kind of like half expect to find him raiding. Don't see him at all, though, at the moment.
Offspring of
I'm gonna swing this army over to retake Wing Chang.
Timon allows it.
He says Timon, and I swear it's like Timon and Pumbaa. Just make me think of. I'm guessing Village is actually probably gonna swing back here and take Xinjiang. Probably. I don't know that for certain yet.
Dragon-blooded.
Okay.
Child
Good,
of
good. Those armies are almost ready. They did come down here and siege me. They've got 2 armies sieging me. We do not want to stay sieged here, though, because we're going to take attrition. We attack them. I'm not going to be great at sniping their leaders, but my cannons can certainly lay a smackdown on these large characters and that cavalry, assuming that they're given the opportunity to do so. I don't know how I feel about our chances here, but our chances are going to get worse as we sit still. This lord does have higher rank, and we do have access to Wall of Wind and Fire, so that's better than nothing as well. We've also got heals available to us, and we've got a couple of pretty tough infantry units there too. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. We don't really have a choice, but I will do that on the next episode. And we'll see whether or not... Oh, wow, the auto-resolve would actually give it to us. Our replenishment, though, is going to be really slow. Let's decline the attack for the moment and see, like, if I auto-resolve and I don't see the other vampire armies here. Doesn't mean they're not there. I don't see them. That buys me an extra turn, and I might be able to get reinforcements here. Let's actually just auto-resolve this and take the victory it's going to give us. This could end up being a bad idea. It could end up being a good idea. It just kind of depends. It's not bad, honestly. I'll go ahead and do the replenishment, because every little bit's going to count here. And that's going to push those 2 vampire armies back, and they're within my territory, which means they... And one of them got completely annihilated. Speaking of completely annihilated, we could probably go out and completely annihilate this one as well.
natural authority. Witness their demise.
Let's just get rid of it.
They will earn their
Okay. Well, that was
Descended
fortunate.
From celestial glory.
So our other army's fight apparently
That is
wasn't
merit.
totally in vain, because we caused them so much damage that they appear to have fallen back to a more
Shaper
defensive
of the
position.
eight
So
winds.
feeling good about that. Let's put an Armor of Destiny here. Do we have any hand weapons? Do not have any weapons. An Opal Amulet, which is going to give us short time ward save. That's better than the Obsidian Amulet, in my opinion, though. So let's grab the Opal Amulet. I know there's a higher one, I get it. Enemy battle time reinforcement plus 40%. I mean, that could be handy in a very, situational type thing, but Potion of Strength... Iron Curse icon. I mean, Potion of Strength probably the most potentially useful here at the moment. An Earthing Rod. Power Stone would be useful. Don't have that hand weapon. Let's go to Ancillaries and see what we can put. War Banner, City Administrator. Campaign Movement Range is always good to have. That's a good one to have. Minus Attrition Suffered. Tax. Attribute Stock. Seduce Units budget. I mean, how are we going to put that to use? Jade Sculptor. Upkeep for Jade Warriors and Jade Warriors with Halberds. That would be useful. It's going to drop our upkeep cost a little. Character experience gain. That could be good. And I'll go ahead and take it because we don't have anything else. So there we go. All right. So got some things placed on our Lord. Got that army underway, though it is going to be a while before it's ready. So another episode down, and I would say progress made, but maybe a bit of a step back on this one. It's hard to say.
Master
I mean, it's
of
certainly not the end of the
vengeance.
world. I think we're in pretty good shape overall.
A tool worthy
These
of a
characters are
dragon.
becoming quite powerful at the moment, which is good. I certainly need that. Let's go ahead and do that, and then which one of these? Kind of like this one right here, the magic attacks. That could be really helpful against wraiths, actually. So let's hold on to that. The brother is going to go force Village out. We've got the Dissenter Lords close to the end. All right, I think it's probably a pretty good place to end things. I do probably want to go ahead and spend the money to upgrade Turtle Gate now because there's no one near it, so let's go ahead and do that. That's 9,600 gold. Nangao has places, so control +6. This is like so local. Melee defense when defending all armies. That's pretty cool. And then melee defense when under siege. That's only for this region, though. I wish some of these, because this is such a expensive, high-tier building. It's okay. I wish this had some more function. I'm going to build it because I like those unique buildings. I kind of collect them like Pokemon. But I do feel like it should have been better. But I'm going to go ahead and spend some money making Nangao a proper bastion there. All right, I will see you all on the next episode. Heir of Carthage, signing out for now.